Hi, I'm Ben Quiggle, editor of Woodall's Campground Magazine, and this is another edition of Supplier Showcase. And I'm with Bobby Sorden, the Chief Marketing Officer of At My Community, and another Bobby
Yes.
Cornwell, the President and CEO of the Florida and Alabama Association of RV Parks and Campgrounds. And it's great to have both of you here. We're going to talk a little bit about the Florida and Alabama Outdoor Hospitality Conference and Expo that's coming up. That's exciting. I guess you're about 2 weeks out, right, Bobby?
We are. It's countdown time. So, yeah, we're a little less than 2 weeks out. We start on May 6th. So, yeah, it's right around the corner.
Yeah, and you guys are going to have. I think I was reading it last. The last thing I read was around 16 educational sessions. You got a keynote speaker, networking. I mean, you guys bring everything, and then it looked like over 80 suppliers to the expo, I guess.
Yes, and those numbers have grown. So we actually have 3 keynote speakers. So we have a keynote for all of our main days, May 7th, May 8th, and May 9th. We're excited about those too. So, yeah, hopefully I'll be able to touch a little bit on what they'll be talking about and who they are. But yeah, so we have 3 keynotes. The conference starts off on May 6th. We have some early sessions, a CPO, certified park operator. Certified pool operator.
Yep.
So used to that old terminology of CPO, but a certified pool operator class. And then also we have RVTI, who was giving a session on RV maintenance tips and techniques for park owners and operators to help their guests. So those are the 2 early sessions on the 6th. And then we'll start off on May 7th with our main conference. And it goes through the 9th. Then with a couple of Cracker Barrel group discussion sessions. And then also we have our main trade show day on the Friday, the 9th as well. So we're doing the trade show also on 2 days this year. Typically we only do it on the last day, but we're starting this year on doing it the day before, having a reception in the trade show on Thursday for a couple hours, and then a big dinner event, and then again the next morning from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Right now we have over 100 booths, so we have about 89 exhibitors occupying 100 booths, so it's going to be a big trade show. We're excited.
And you guys are doing there's an optional like RVTI, RV Tech and Maintenance course you guys are doing. So you guys have a packed week. I guess how many people are registered so far for the conference?
We have about 97 campgrounds right now. We expect to have about 120, 130. We will have about 220 registrations from the RV parks, and then we have additional investor groups and real estate professionals and those kind of ancillary businesses that are also registering for full-time attendance. So all in all, we expect about 240 full-time registrations, and that's pretty much on par where we were the last couple of years. So
yeah, definitely. And Bobby, the other Bobby Sorden, you're at my community is helping people keep all of this information organized, I guess, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I contacted Bobby C a couple months back and said, hey, I'd love to build a custom app for the show to help keep everybody organized. And he said, yeah, let's run with this. We got a really cool ideas that we're doing with this app. Bobby and I have been talking quite a bit. So I'm actually sharing the app right now, as you can see right here on your screen. We got all of the sponsors, the big time sponsors there scrolling at the top that we wanted to make sure we gave the shout out to all of them. Ben, you already talked a little bit about the agenda. It's a great feature where you can actually just tap right here on the agenda and you see everything that's happening there on the app. If you want to go to a specific session or training or something, you just tap that little star right there next to it. That'll actually put it right into your agenda, and then it'll remind you 15 minutes beforehand that, hey, you got the optional certified pool operator class day 1 coming up here in 15 minutes, so make sure you go there. So great way for everybody to stay organized and see everything that's going on. If you tap on one of the events there, you can actually get more information about it, who's doing the speaking, what it's about, and you can also add to the favorites right there. So That's the whole point of building the app for the association of the conference, is to make it easy for everybody to know what's going on and be reminded. Bobby's got a lot of cool things that I'm excited about this year. One of them specifically, of course, is hosting trivia. I've done this at a couple shows, and it's turned out to be a huge hit. Ben, I know you're a big trivia person. I can always know when you're playing because you got that Quigalicious up there on the screen for your team names. So it's always fun, though. It makes a good competition between everybody, and people talk about it afterwards. I believe we're actually going to be doing some karaoke as well. Is that still on the books, Bobby? We're still up.
Sure is.
Cool. So I'll be hosting some karaoke
Thursday night.
Yeah, we'll be hosting some karaoke that night too. So for those who don't know, I have a DJ business here in Colorado Springs, Colorado. I've had it since 1999, and so I've done karaoke parties, DJ parties. So we're gonna have some fun for karaoke and see if people want to come out and have a good time. A lot of other cool things we're doing here is, if you notice here on Expo Suppliers, Bobby mentioned there's over 100 booths. You can see every single supplier that's on here. One of the cool things about the supplier spot here is whenever you come and click on like at my community, of course, I'm going to promote us there. I have a video. There's Joe and Rose, who are the owners of it. They have their video talking about at my community. And what I've done is created a map where you can actually click on the map and see exactly what booth they're in on the trade show. Wow. That way people can go right to their trade show booth. It's really a cool thing. So we got a lot of good things we're doing with this app.
I think one of the things, I think the notifications can't be understated. I think that's great, being able to have those notifications for when you're busy and doing other things, and it pops up and tells you that, hey, something you were interested in is here. I also like the ability to be able to see who's at the conference. I think that's a really unique part and adds to the networking. So
yeah, definitely. The supplier piece, and for guest speakers, a lot of people who are hosting sessions. A lot of people know Mike Harrison out there with CRR, so he's got a session he's talking about. It's a great tool there, Ben. So I'm glad you brought that up. It's just basically helpful.
Yeah, a fun game is to see if their picture is updated. So see if Mike Harrison matches what Mike Harrison actually looks like.
Exactly. Yeah. Usually I grab their pictures from their LinkedIn profile, and they're like, well, why are you using that picture? I'm like, well, it's on your LinkedIn. If it's good enough to be on LinkedIn, why isn't it good enough to be on our app? So, but yeah, it's a great tool. And we're doing some really good stuff this year too. A really cool idea I got from one of the previous conferences we went to is this photo contest. People can actually go and tap on photo contests, agree to the disclaimer here that your photos could be used for promotional purposes, and they can actually go around the entire conference taking some fun pictures. And Bobby's actually going to be giving them a prize for the winner of the photo contest, and I believe it's $250. Bobby, is that right?
Right, that's correct.
Yeah.
Plus, we'll use it in our directory on our website, so lots of promotion, which is even more valuable than the cash.
Exactly. Yeah, they'll get credit for having a photo out there. So yeah, and it'll be the one that Bobby and his team picks to win. Another good feature we're doing this year is this leads program. A lot of people are asking, well, how can the suppliers or the vendors get the leads of the attendees specifically, rather than them just writing it down, the information at their booth? So we created a form here called Leads, where you agree to the leads. And then an easy way to do this is you just put in your information on the app. And once you put your information in for one time, it'll always stay there. If you say, I want it to stay on the app for me, then when you get down to where it says supplier to receive lead, you just pick which supplier you want to have your information. And then that supplier will be the one that gets your information. So it's a great way for the suppliers to be able to say, okay, I want to, have commercial laundries get my information. So they can write a comment saying, I want some more information or something of that nature. So as you mentioned, Ben, the notification piece is huge there. So, looks like Fire Free has been used for 2 hours. Oh, cool. So I got 3 seconds left. So anyways, that's the program I use to display this. So the send notification here is a great feature, because if something changes in the schedule, I can send out a notification, or Bobby can send me a text message and say, hey, this has got to go out right now. There's a change in the schedule, or one of our keynotes is moving to a different room. I can hurry up and do a quick push notification. So again, it's just like you said, it's a great way to communicate with everybody that's at the show. Plus, there's evaluations here, so Bobby can get some feedback about the sessions. You click here, there's all kinds of different sessions you can get feedback about. So they can just write some comments and give it 5 stars or how many stars you'd like to. So there's a lot of cool things we're doing at this show. I'm excited for it.
I'm blown away by it, Bobby. It looks amazing. I'm very excited. And Bobby was at our conference last year and helped out tremendously with the auction and any other thing we had him to do, as well as the trivia, which went really well. So he's just a great asset to have around, and of course has a fantastic relationship with all the suppliers and knows many of the attendees and the speakers. So anyway, very thankful that this app is exciting. So we're looking forward to unveiling it.
Yeah, I'm glad you let me have the opportunity to build it for you, Bobby, because again, it's just like Ben said already, it's just all about making it easy in communication. I'm glad you brought up the auction one too, because for any suppliers or vendors out there that want to donate an auction item, you can actually go onto the app and click on auction and then click on item donation and fill out this form, and you can even take a picture of the item. So that way it gets donated through the app, and then we'll have a section here that says auction items. And you can see right now, one person's already done one for a 2-night stay at the Florida governor's house. So that's a pretty cool auction item. So
yeah, that would be cool. Is the governor going to be there?
I don't know. I don't know.
So that's actually a bed and breakfast in Definiac Springs. They call it the governor's house because that's the historic name. It's a amazing bed and breakfast in northwest Florida. But not the actual governor's mansion.
I didn't know if he was like Airbnb in the mansion when it's not there, you know. So I had a question. I guess, Bobby, can you go back to the speakers? I guess, Bobby Cornwell, you wanted to talk a little bit about the keynotes, so maybe we could pull up their pictures.
Well,
so you start off with...
Yes, can you pull up Ben Wolf? He's one of our keynotes for our first day on Wednesday, the 7th. Yeah. He's going to kick off the event pretty much. And he is co-founder of Anira, which is an upscale hotel brand. His passion and message is all about providing hospitality, different hospitality, experiential hospitality. So it ties in with glamping and just how to offer the guest the ultimate experience. So he's got a big following on social media, and has a couple very successful companies, and is a fantastic speaker. So he's going to add something different that we've never had before, and it's going to tie in really well with our group, I believe, and just give us a new perspective on what campgrounds can do to up their game a little bit and to attract a different audience. Reaching that audience that you may not typically reach, I think, is key to many of the parks, especially those that are trying to expand into the glamping side of the industry. So. And it's more than glamping. It can ties into all aspects of businesses, and hospitality and accommodation. So anyway, very excited about that. So that's on Wednesday, May 7th, and then on Thursday, May 8th. Bobby, you want to switch over to that?
Yep.
We have a keynote from Will Bowen, who is a professional speaker, and his main topic is just about pleasing your guest and putting a stop to complaining, not only within your park from the guest perspective, which can spread like wildfire, obviously, in this industry, and then on social media, one bad person can make a difference for many. So anyway, he's going to be talking about that, how to organize your staff, help your staff do everything in a positive way, help calm down customers who may be a problem customer. And also just how to turn that possibly negative experience into a positive one. But he's a world-renowned speaker, does speeches everywhere throughout the nation and worldwide, and it's a great presenter. So I think that's going to be a very motivational and valuable topic as well. And that's on May 8th, which is that Thursday. And then Friday, May 9th, we have another celebrity, Mike the Weatherman. Mike Boylan, who is very well known in the South, specifically in Florida, got millions of followers, and he is a self-proclaimed meteorologist, if you will, but far more than that. He's a blogger, a videographer, a storm chaser. He's been featured on the Weather Channel many times on all major networks, and he's just going to give an interesting and fun perspective on what he does and how he views the weather, and then how parks can also use some of the techniques that he uses to interpret the maps and the different charts and so forth that come from knowing, and prepare for storms, what to do to get ready. And we're going to tie that in with storm preparation, hurricane prep, etc. So that's going to be, I think, a really fun session, and that's from 8 to 10 on May 9th. So those are our three main keynotes. And anyway, I think it's going to offer something a little different than what most conferences do. So we're excited about that.
Yeah, one thing too, Ben, I want to point out too, when you're looking here at the schedule, you can actually add it to a favorite and it'll just put it into your agenda on the app when it's downloaded on your phone. But if you notice up here in the top right corner, it'll actually allow you to add it to your own calendar as well. So you can say, hey, I want to add this to my calendar right on my phone. That way it puts it right on your calendar phone. So you allow full access to do that. So just another great feature to have people put it onto their phone calendar as well if they're not checking the app every single time.
Well, but yeah, I mean, I thought the my nephew's a huge weather fan, and the Mike Bolin one, he would love to be in that one. But for weather people, that's going to be a really interesting keynote. But I think you got two keynotes on Thursday, May 8th, though. You got Scott Barr and Casey Cochran that are going to go on before Will Bowen. That's pretty much another keynote right there, just on RV industry data. So
I think all of our sessions can be almost called keynotes. Yeah, we're excited about that, and they know this industry very well, and they're going to tackle on the data side and not only cover all that and what's going on in trends, but also kind of interpret it and let the park owners and operators know how to look at this data and what to do with it. It's one thing hearing all these facts and figures, but then how do you use that to benefit your business and to increase your business. So that's going to be part of that session as well. So they're great. They're great speakers.
Yeah. So we'll wrap this thing up. I just want one piece of advice for people going to the Florida conference. If you're going to do the quiz thing, you're going to want Nick Gamestad on your team, or I don't even know if I pronounced his name right, but that's
Gamestad with A-list. Yep.
Yeah, word of advice. But as we wrap this up, I guess Bobby Cornwell, how would people learn more about the conference?
They can go to first of all, download this app. So go to our website, download the app. That's actually the easiest way to view everything.
Yeah,
it really honestly is. But go to our website, which is rvparkconference.com. And once again, I'll repeat it, rvparkconference.com. And on that site, you'll see the full agenda. Click on a button for registration. Click on a button for hotel rooms. I will say that the Rose in Shingle Creek, which is where we're having it, the host hotel, big, beautiful resort, over 1,500 rooms, they are sold out. So we are sold out of our group block. The whole hotel is sold out. So don't let that be a deterrent, though. There are many hotels nearby. And then also on the website, we have alternative hotel options on our link that you can link to. And, there's 20 hotels within a 2-mile square radius. So getting a hotel room should not be a problem. We also encourage people to come for the day. So if they don't feel like they can take a 3 or 4 day vacation, if you will, they can come for the day, easy in, easy out, especially those in the local, Orlando, Central Florida area. So we have all different kind of registration options, and that's available on our website as well. And also want to throw out, too, the trade show, which is obviously extremely important to our conference and to all of our vendors and suppliers we want to support. I know there are many people who just want to come to the trade show, and that is perfectly fine. We have that option available, too. So I'd encourage everybody, if you haven't already registered, one way or the other, just to come out for the trade show. You can come on site and register. Come on and attend. No problem at all. And like I said, there is a registration link for that trade show option as well. So if you can do that, sign up in advance. But if it's a last minute thing, we get it. Want you to come on out, we'll take care of you. So
one last thing too I wanted to mention, Ben, if you notice there's a passport button. This is something we're doing at this show. Passport is Bobby's giving away another great prize. I believe it was a $500 prize for whichever attendee can get the most vendors pictures at their booth. So if you notice here, I clicked on meet the vendors. They put in their information. If they go to each booth and take a picture either with the vendor or with their booth or some way of promoting that supplier or that vendor, whoever gets the most of them is actually going to get a $500 prize courtesy of Bobby and his team. So that'll be a fun one to do. So there's a way to win some cash here. So just got to utilize the app to do it.
That's awesome. So, and you can learn more about At My Community at mycommunity.com. And thanks both of you for coming on the show and talking a little bit about the app and the conferences coming up. So
thank you, Ben. I appreciate it.
And like Bobby said, you can download the app by clicking on the link on their website, or if you just go to the App Store or Google Play Store and type in FLAL Convention. If you notice right at the top there, FLAL Convention in the App Store, it should pull it right up for you.
Okay. All right.
Ben,
well,
Can I just touch on one more thing too,
Yeah.
just about the conference and the schedule and the speakers? Um, we have some fantastic keynotes and professional speakers,
Mhm.
but I also just wanted to get across that whatever you're interested in, if you're in the campground business, if you're an RV park owner, operator, manager, staff, there is so much at these conferences, not just ours, but all the state conferences, national conferences, etc., that has information that pertain to everyday operations, how to handle evictions, guest ejections, anything doing with ADA, problem guests, service animals, you name it. The list goes on and on and on. We'll have multiple discussion sessions where we talk about those issues, the problems and things that campground owners, operators, managers, and their staff deal with on a daily basis and are not sure how to handle, or it just may be a difficult thing. We'll go over those issues. We'll come up with solutions. We'll see what other park owners do to help increase their business. Maybe it's summer business, maybe it's winter business. Great tips that you can learn, not only from the speakers, but just from interacting and networking with the people there. And not only
Yeah.
the attendees, but the vendors as well. So it's just a wealth of information. And, we have subjects on developing a campground, building a park, like I said, service animals, ADA accessibility, and it goes on and on. So encourage everybody to look at the schedule, and even if something you see that you're interested in is not on the schedule, you will have the opportunity to bring that up, and you'll be able to get the answers that you're looking for. So anyway, just throwing that out there because I don't think everybody realizes how valuable these sessions are and these events are.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, they're extremely valuable. I always come away learning something new, no matter what conference I go to or how many years I've been going to them. So,
And everyone's different too. So
yeah,
every
yeah,
year is different,
yeah.
which is great.
So, well, thank you, Bobby Cornwell and Bobby Sorden for coming
Yep.
on, and thanks everyone for watching. And we will be back again next time.